With Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
All right, I'll start off with a question. Did anybody watch the new Borat movie this weekend?
Running late on that one.
I did not.
Please do not sleep on this movie. It is great. You know, sequels can be tough, and how could they possibly do that? Everyone knows who he is. Well, they make it work, and they actually even wink at that and play into that as well. So very well done movie. But, you know, Rudy Giuliani's not happy about it. And I actually have the clip from the movie to show you why. But Borat has come to his defense. First, do you want to see the clip, or
Sure.
should we talk about the defense? Okay, this is the clip from the movie that is getting a lot of airtime. This is the woman playing his daughter.
I'm so sorry. That's horrible.
About a minute long.
Sit. Okay.
I'm so sorry for that. Really, apologize.
Apology accepted. No
flirting
problem.
with him.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you again for giving me this time. Shall we have a drink in the bedroom?
Follows her into the hotel bedroom,
What up?
helping her get her mic off.
There you go, my dear.
Okay.
You can give me your phone number and your address.
Oh, my.
Pats her on the butt. He's leaning over
Should we
him,
slip your
trying to get
jacket?
his mic off, but, you know, kind of back on the bed, hands down his pants.
Put down your crumb. She's 15. She's too old for you.
Why are you dressed like
She's my daughter. Please, take me instead. Take my anus. No, take my anus. Do not have her.
I'm better than him.
No, I better. My back pussy very tight.
No, please. My front
Please, I will let you enjoy my crumb in your mouth. No, I better.
I would love to
I was in prison.
I don't know.
for years,
Maybe I'm just
so I have
old, but
techniques
I'm not. I'm like uncomfortable.
Oh, it was very uncomfortable.
You're not going to enjoy the movie then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just like
I told you.
uncomfortable.
I told you there were many things about this movie, about this type of humor that I'm not like, it doesn't work for me anymore, but he's Sasha, man. He makes everything funny.
I
So
wouldn't
yeah.
typify it as him with his hands down his pants. I think he was tucking his shirt back in. Like I wouldn't.
Really?
Well,
Okay.
hands down his pants sounds like something.
Was hand, okay.
Well,
I mean, his hand was down his pants.
well, yeah, but
I don't know if he was tucking his shirt in. I don't know if he was getting his mic off. I don't know what he was doing. I just saw his hand down his pants. That's. I'm literally just telling you what it is.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing with it.
No, I'm saying if you walked into a bedroom and the guy's got his hands down his pants, it sounds like something different than if you're tucking your shirt in or doing something with your mic. You know what I'm saying?
Does it? I really don't know. Do you think he was doing something with his mic or tucking his shirt back in?
I think he was tucking his
Either
shirt back
or.
in, but I don't. Well,
We should
let's
watch it
just
again.
say he was going for his junk. I mean, let's say he was
Okay.
beating off or something. That'd be weird.
Yeah,
of course.
it doesn't appear like that to me. It was either a mic or tucking shirt in action.
It looked like he was tucking his shirt in.
For a
But you have
while.
to put your hand for a while.
Yeah. Here, let's watch that part again.
All right. He leans back. Looks like he's pushing his shirt down. But
You know what?
I don't know
I've never
how.
worn a man's dress shirt, so you could be right about that.
You have to push it. You have to kind of get it back in.
Really settle it. Well, Borat has come to Giuliani's defense, you could say. He put up this viral video and and wants to lend his expertise.
Yag Shamash, I here to defend America's mayor, Rudolph Giuliani. What was an innocent, sexy time encounter between a consenting man and my 15-year-old daughter have been turned into something disgusting by fake news media. I warn you, anyone else try this, and Rudolph will not hesitate to reach into his legal briefs and whip out his subpoenas. Dziękuję.
He's getting a lot of mileage out of that.
Always funny. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. No, I'm not gonna watch. It gets me. I can't even watch like cop shows where they bust people and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I feel. I don't know. I'm too old. Like I can't see people getting busted or making hidden camera stuff. It just. It
Well,
bumps me.
I'm the exact same way. And there were parts, of course, that were like that. But I have to say, the only part you'll really need to fast forward is the debutante ball. And that's all I'll say about that. When you see them go to the debutante ball, keep it moving.
All right.
So, Adam, you have a lot in common, or at least one very important thing in common with Ryan Reynolds that I don't think you know about. His birthday was October 23rd, and his wife, Blake Lively, put him on blast for his birthday dessert request. Reynolds chose a birthday pie.
Yeah.
But that decision did not sit well with Blake. She shared photos, and we have those, of her 44-year-old husband before he blew out the candles, saying, one, who's the lost soul that selects birthday pie? And then she said, what animal eats their cake / pie without first blowing out their candles? Because you can see there's a little chunk missing in the corner. Happy birthday, Ryan. I honestly can't believe we're still married. Because he got like 4 different pies for his birthday.
You know, it takes a big man to admit this, but as I get older, I drift closer to cake. Now, I don't know if that's just my adult sensibilities, or I think it's more a case of cake upping its fucking game.
You're 100% right. The grocery store sheet cake is a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Like, the cakes are great these days.
Yeah, all the fucking cakes. Someone would go to Ralph's, get a fucking sheet cake. And like I said, if you want to know how a sheet cake tastes, just hold your tongue when you say sheet cake. And if you want to know what the real name for flag football should be, just hold your tongue again when you say flag football. Those are all the truths you need to know in life. But yeah, some asshole would go to...
What are you talking about?
I literally told that to my son yesterday. He's like, I know, hold my tongue and say flag football. So someone would go to fucking Ralph's and they'd get one of these vanilla sheet cakes with the white lard on top of it, and they go, I brought a cake to the party. You know, it's always like, blah. There was a chocolate version but now I did not see the red velvet cake. You know, that's not something I dealt with when I was coming up. When I was doing my initial pie versus cake evaluations, the cake was the fucking sheet cake from Ralph's, and the pie was just pie. Pie, because of its greatness, has not had to evolve. It's an alpha predator. It's an apex predator. That's what pie is. Pie is a fucking polar bear. It's a lion. It's a Bengal tiger. It's fucking Sasquatch. And
a buttery crust.
And
it's a shark.
And a great white shark, like all in the one. Like, why do you have to get better at being pie? You're fucking pie. You're the alpha predator. So pie's just remained. Cake has been like, we better fucking up our game. And up their game they have. I mean, they're getting
with buttercream.
The buttercream frostings, and they're still doing all the fruit in the centers now and everything like that.
And what's the cake from Mastro's butter cake?
Oh, yeah, the butter cakes.
Oh.
The lemon cakes, all the different fruit flavors. So cake is up. It's
come a long way.
I was game, and I'm trying to be intellectually honest here by saying because cake has upped its game, it shall be recognized as such.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I feel like for some reason we need to get Damashek on the phone. Like everyone needs to know where you stand.
Don't ever say that.
Yeah.
So if you've ever read Three Little Pigs and thought there's just not enough women in this story, Natalie Portman has solved that problem for you. She wrote a book called Natalie Portman's Fables, where she took 3 classics, Three Little Pigs, The Tortoise and the Hare, and The Country Mouse and City Mouse, and made them more gender inclusive. For example, the tortoise in The Tortoise and the Hare is a lady tortoise. As to why she did this, Natalie says, when I was reading the book, I was struck by how the classic stories had overwhelmingly male characters, and thinking, what am I telling my kids, both my son and my daughter, about whose stories are important to tell and also whose lives they should care about?
You know, as I think about my daughter, who's kind of like a force of nature with all her friends, her 14-year-old friends who are all over today. They're all watching. The volleyball team is all there, and they're having like a volleyball thing in the backyard. And Sonny's in his room crying and popping a zit. And these girls are like, they're fucking large and in charge. Like, there's not an ounce of, where's my role model? Like, right. I don't know who or what their role models were. I don't know how necessary it was. They're just fucking making hay while the sun shines. Like, the girls are organized. They're like energetic. They're out there. The guys are kind of hanging back and playing video games and kind of talking to one another on a headset. As far as I can tell, at least from my little sampling in my neighborhood, the girls are crushing it and the guys are kind of fair to middling. I don't know that we need to. I don't know that my daughter needs to see feminine role models or feminine characters and everything. She's too busy just chewing up the real estate. Right. So good, couldn't hurt, but I would push back against that. We don't have, role models, or we don't have, or it's important. I don't. First off, I always just looked at the turtle or the pig as just a pig or a turtle. I didn't really
genderless.
I didn't really assign genitalia to them. But the pigs would wear sport coats with no pants. How could they have a gender assigned to them? It'd be grotesque and bizarre. Right. But anyway, Natalie Portman. Ugh.
It's funny because growing up, of course, the Disney princess was just everything and everything. And even the ones from the 40s, we didn't have a ton of them, like in the mid 80s. It was all still the ones, of yesteryear. And now it of course it looks outdated for, I'm waiting for someone to find me. It's all just wait for the man to kiss you and you'll wake up, wait for the man to save you. That does seem trite now, and it does seem sort of silly because the Disney princess has evolved. But yeah, when it comes to fables, this is not something that I think is on anyone's radar.
Well, thank you, Natalie Portman. Saver of youth.
Does she place on the list of women who discussed it?
Oh yeah, she's a perennial. Yeah. She's an all-star.
She's not.
She's frequently in the top 10. She may have been in the top 5 a few years. She's got to be up there. She would be disgusted. She would never stop throwing up.
She'd be disgusted to not make the top 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if she didn't make the top 10. She came in 12th one year, and we got a call from her publicist. Not happy.
This is an outrage.
Mike had to handle that call. Yeah, she was livid. All right, what else, Gina?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this in local news at the beginning of last week, but it is worth highlighting. A shoplifter was in a police chase in LA on last Tuesday, and at one point he stopped for gas. I watched this with my jaw drop because we see a lot of chases. I've never seen that before. He managed to fill up before the cops got there, and then he took off driving for another hour. The guy allegedly shoplifted from a Home Depot in Glendora, California, sped off when the cops came. Classic Southern California police chase was on. And at one point, the guy pulls into the gas station. I'm have that for you in a second. And he even runs in to pay because, in LA, you got to pay first. He fills up. He takes off again. He drove for more than an hour, and then he pulled into a parking garage near downtown LA, ran off on foot. No word on anyone who's caught him. So this guy has...
He filled up for gas and didn't get caught?
Correct. So this
you buried the lead, Gina. The cops pursued a shoplifter?
Yeah, right.
I know.
So this is funny. I don't know who's in the chopper here, but this is I think the NBC4 audio of them just trying to make sense of this.
And we're going to move in that way. Ran into the store once again. Went to the pumps. Here he is, back out. A very quick stop, and there he is, pumping the gas.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Are the cops in their cars? Are the patrol units not around?
Haven't gone up to him yet.
Oh, my God.
I have not either. I've always thought about it. I've always thought about, is there ever a pursuit that they refuel and then keep going? This is it. Well, he's got plenty of time. So far, no officers approaching. We'll keep an eye as I come out wide. Just no units there yet, and we're hoping that that the CHP is aware of the locator here. I'm looking out the window trying to find the airships, and maybe my pilot Tim can help me, but there he goes, back out. It's a quick pit stop for sure.
Oh, Christ, he's got the squeegees doing the windshield. Oh, this is brazen. Now he's checking the air in his front right tire.
It's unbelievable.
A little water in the radiator.
Jesus Christ.
They don't often, because trust me, anytime there's a chase during Conway show, we stop everything. We stop down and we do the whole chase. Every once in a while, I didn't realize because I wasn't watching them often enough, if they go into any parking structure, it's perfect because the choppers can't see them. They don't know if you're going up and down the stairs inside, if you're running into the mall, running into the hospital. Whenever there's a parking structure, that's generally where we lose them.
Natalie Portman, number 46 last year.
Oh,
hey,
that's
girl,
offensive.
you better up your game. Come on now.
It's her fault.
It's embarrassing.
So you better up your game.
Oh, yeah, I better up my game.
Despicable.
Who's in the top 10?
Last year, number 10 was Kamala Harris. Followed by Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, yeah.
And then Greta Thunberg.
Oh, yeah.
AOC was number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer player Megan Rapinoe.
Oh, yeah.
Number 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Number 5 was Ilhan Omar.
Oh.
Lynette came in 4th.
Didn't crack top 3.
Anderson Cooper came in 3rd.
Oh, interesting. Mixing it up.
Allison Rosen in 2nd.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And Alyssa Milano.
Oh.
At the top of the list.
Well, they all belong. You know, who are you going to pull out?
Yeah, who you got to boot?
You got to boot someone, make room for Portman. All right, we'll see you at the end of the year. What else we got, Gina?
Well, I have another chase story that is also pretty insane. A couple in Oklahoma met on a dating app earlier this week and went on a date. Turned out to be a high-speed police pursuit. This dude named Brandon Hembry from Tulsa, Oklahoma, met this woman on this dating app, and they went out Wednesday night. But as they were driving, a cop tried to pull him over, and Brandon took off with the date in the car. So the first date turned into this high-speed chase. It ended after Brandon blew through some stop signs, finally decided to pull over. It turns out he had an outstanding warrant for 5 traffic and drug cases. And now he's also facing more charges, including eluding and obstructing an officer. The cops let the girl go. She said she didn't know he was wanted. They were on a blind date. She doesn't know what's going on. And there's probably not going to be a second date.
They used to start like that was in the 70s. They would start a movie that way. Like it's kind of a Smoking the Bandit. I think you guys, Brian, may be surprised to realize that Ron Howard starred in a couple these weird B chase movies.
Wow.
Yeah, that is surprising.
From the 70s, like Eat My Dust and Smoke My Chode, I think was the follow-up.
Oh.
No, Eat My Grand Theft Auto or Eat My Dust. He made, so Ron Howard was a movie star for like 10 minutes, and he made these kind of weird, hacky, and I think those were, what's the name of the directors, the king of the sort of horror schlock?
Roger Corman?
Yeah, I think they were like Roger Corman movies. Maybe. Eat My Dust was 1976. Grand Theft Auto was 1977. He made these maybe Macon County Line, or that was probably another one of those. They made a lot of like car chase, girl in the back movies. Charles B. Griffin did Eat My Dust. But yes, Ron Howard starred is like outlaw young car driver guy. If you play the trailer, if you find the trailer to Eat My Dust, you're gonna laugh your fucking
with an
ass
exclamation
off.
point. Eat my dust.
Yes, eat my dust, biatch. So I don't know why, but that kind of reminded me of like it was always some hot chick. All you needed was a souped up car.
Produced by Roger Corman.
Oh, it was produced by Roger Corman. Oh, okay. Thanks, Max Pound.
Sorry, I was looking up the director and writer.
Get you. I'm wrong. Gotcha.
I didn't say you were wrong.
Kind of. Anyway, yes, you could put a hot chick in a car with a Hemi and just have it do burnouts and have the cops chase you. And that was about it.
That's some real casting against type.
Yeah. It was Ron Howard. You have the trailer for that?
I got more speeding tickets than anybody else in the county.
I want to ride in that car.
They steal a super stocker and tell the world to eat my dust. Darlene is in the fast cars. Hoover is in the Darlene. When they get their hands on 700 horses, they've got to get into trouble.
What's this?
They're all about a screaming, squealing, shattering smash-a-thon.
Hackathon.
hot date in a hot car, cruising at 150, rubber burning, and Smokey can't put it out.
Let us just blow them away.
They just take junker cars and like.
I suggest you call the Strategic Air Command.
What can they catch us?
Yeah, if I run into a wall or something.
All they just do is take junker cop cars and just roll them.
Hoover, you're outrageous.
Ron Howard pops the clutch and tells the world to eat my dust.
I assume the Blues Brothers was a parody of all of these styles of movies.
I guess
in a sense, with just the absurd amount of cars just piling out.
In this, yes, that scene, yeah. In the 70s, the conceit was, well, not even the 70s. The worst movie ever with Jimmy Fallon, Taxi, and oh God, Queen Latifah. Yeah, the conceit of both these movies is, if I could get my hands on like a Winston Cup NASCAR, then no one could ever catch me. Like if I had 400 more horsepower than everyone on the road, then the fuzz could never catch me.
It's academic at that point.
I could do whatever I wanted. I could get all the hottest chicks, and they could never do anything. It's like he gets hold of a stock car from the 70s. And so thus, that's the whole movie. I get a stock car from the 70s, and no one can ever catch me. And there's a hot chick in the passenger seat.
Simple enough.
Eat my dust. There you go. It's weird seeing Ron Howard in that role, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Ron Howard wrote a comedy with his dad called 'Tis the Season and raised half the budget from Australia. And he met with Roger Corman and agreed to star in Eat My Dust if Roger agreed to co-finance 'Tis the Season. Corman said no about 'Tis the Season, but Howard appeared in Eat My Dust and was allowed to develop a second film, which he could direct and star, and that film was Grand Theft Auto.
Wow. Well, there you go. All right, let's do one more, GinaBryan.
All right. Well, we've talked about how music affects people. We've talked about that a lot. And guess what? It also affects animals. So according to a new study, dogs are more partial. Actually, I'm going to have you guess. There's two kinds of music that this study says relaxes dogs and that they like the best. Two genres of music. Any guesses?
No, you never go wrong with classical.
No, like classical is the obvious answer, right?
Another study says that classical has a calming effect on dogs, but this study from University of Glasgow in Scotland did not pick classical.
Folk.
Bagpipe music?
Yeah. Folk music?
I was going to say jazz.
It's got to be jazz. It's got to be something without voices, right?
Interesting, both of you. You're kind of circling reggae and soft rock.
Dogs are dumb.
Calming.
Yeah.
Dogs are stupid.
Yeah.
Is it the rhythm of like the reggae vibe? I don't know, but and maybe like yacht rock. Who doesn't like that?
They like Toto.
That
Well done.
Yeah.
Could have gone 3 Dog Night.
They like.
I was listening to that today.
They like Rick Springfield's first album. If you pull up Rick Springfield's biggest debut album, I think you'll see what dogs like. All right, let's bring it home, GinaBryan.
They like Smell the Glove. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
GinaBryan.
That was the news with Gina Grad.